A toll-free telephone number or Freephone number is a telephone number that is billed for all arriving calls instead of incurring charges to the originating telephone subscriber. For the calling party, the call to a toll-free number is free of charge. A toll-free, free call, Freephone, 800-0800 or 1-800 number is identified by a dialing prefix similar to a geographic area code, such as 800. The specific service access numbers vary by country. History: the features of toll-free services have evolved as telephone networks have moved from electromechanical call switching to fully computerized stored program-controlled networks. Originally, a call billed to the called party had to be placed through a telephone company operator as a collect call. The operator had to secure acceptance of the charges at the remote number before manually completing the call. A few large businesses and government offices received large numbers of collect calls, which proved time-consuming for operators. Manual toll-free systems: prior to the development of automated toll-free service, many telephone companies provided a manual version of caller-free service. Examples of operator-assisted toll-free calling include the Zenith number introduced in the 1950s in the US and Canada, as well as the original manual Freephone service introduced by the British Post Office in 1960. Both systems were similar in concept. The calling party would ring the operator and ask for a specific free number. In the US, the caller would ask for a number like Zenith 1-2345. In the UK, the caller would ask the operator to ring Freephone, and a name or number. In either case, the operator would look up the corresponding geographic number from a list and place the call with charges reversed. A Zenith number typically was available from a predefined area, anything from a few nearby cities to a province or state, and was listed in local directories in each community from which the subscriber was willing to accept the charges for inbound calls. Until the introduction of InWhat's toll-free service by the Bell system on May 2, 1967 and the Linkline 0800 services by British Telecom on November 12, 1985, manually ringing the operator was the standard means to place a toll-free call. More than a few established manual Freephone, or Zenith numbers remained in use for many years after competing automated systems were deployed in parallel for new toll-free numbers. Initial direct dial systems: an automated toll-free service was introduced by AT&T on May 2, 1967 as an alternative to operator-assisted collect calling and manual Zenith, or enterprise numbers. This inward wide area telephone service allowed calls to be made directly from anywhere in a predefined area by dialing the prefix 1-800 and a 7-digit number. The system was primitive by modern standards. It initially provided no support for automatic number identification and no itemized record of calls, instead requiring subscribers obtain expensive fixed-rate lines which included some number of hours of inbound calling from a band of one or multiple states or provinces. Early InWhat's 800 calling lacked the complex routing features offered with modern toll-free service. The 3-digit exchange following the 800 prefix was linked to a specific destination carrier and area code. The number itself corresponded to specific telephone switching offices and trunk groups. All calls went to one central destination. There was no means to place a toll-free call to another country. Despite its limitations, the system was adequate for the needs of large-volume users such as hotel chains, airlines and hire car firms which used it to build a truly national presence. For small regional businesses who received few long-distance calls, the original InWhat's was prohibitively expensive. As a fixed-rate bulk service requiring special trunks, it was suited only to large-volume users. Modern direct dial systems: modern toll-free service became possible when telephone companies replaced their electromechanical switching systems with computerized switching systems. This allowed toll-free calls to be routed based on instructions located in central databases. In the United States, AT&T engineer Roy P. Weber from Bridgewater, New Jersey patented a database communication call processing method which was initially deployed by AT&T in 1982. The call number was an index into a database, allowing a toll-free call or 800 call to be directed anywhere. In the United Kingdom, BT introduced Linkline on November 12, 1985. No more need to manually ring the operator. Two new prefixes 0800 and 0345 could be reached by direct dial. Cable and wireless used 0500 and 0645, in much the same way, just a few years later. Vanity numbering, a toll-free vanity number, custom toll-free number, or mnemonic is a 1-800 telephone number that is easy to remember because it spells something and means something like 1-800 FED info. A vanity number, being a phone word, is easier to remember than most numerical phone number. Businesses use easily remembered 1-800 vanity numbers as both a branding and a direct response tool in their advertising. In North America, US FCC regulations state that allocation of numbers is first come, first served. This gives vanity number operators who register as respongs a strong advantage in obtaining the most valuable phone words, as they have first access to newly disconnected numbers. In Australia, premium numbers, such as the 13 series, or the vanity phone words, are distributed by auction separately from the administrative procedure to assign random, generic numbers from the available pool. Shared use. In toll-free telephony, a shared use number is a vanity number which is rented to multiple local companies in the same line of business in different cities. These appear in Australia and North America. In the US, the response infrastructure is used to direct calls for the same number to different vendors based on the area code of the calling number. As one example, a taxi company could rent shared use of +1-800 taxicab in one city. The number belongs to a company in Van Nuys, California, but is redirected to local cab companies on a city-by-city basis and promoted by being printed on everything from individual taxi cab hubcaps to campaigns against drunk driving. Another example is Mark Russell's +1-800 Greet Rate, a shared use number rented to lenders in various cities nationwide for a monthly fee. One former Mercedes dealer obtained +1-800 Mercedes, charging other dealers to receive calls to that number from their local areas. The automaker unsuccessfully sued MBZ Communications of Owatonna, Minnesota, operated by former Mercedes dealer Donald Bloom, alleging deception and trademark infringement. Mercedes was ultimately forced to obtain a different number, +1-800 FOA Mercedes, for its national call center. A company renting +1-800 Red Cross at a premium price to individual local Red Cross chapters as shared use was less fortunate. The Federal Communications Commission reassigned that number to the Red Cross as an emergency response to Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Shared use can be used as a means to circumvent restrictions on warehousing, hoarding and brokering toll-free numbers as technically the number is not being sold, only rented one city or region at a time. The practice is nonetheless potentially problematic as it leaves local businesses advertising numbers which they do not own and for which they therefore have no number portability. The cost per minute and per month is typically far higher for a shared use number than for a standard toll-free vanity number which a local business controls outright, and there is little protection if the shared use company fails to meet its obligations or ceases operation. There are also technical limitations. Voice over IP users in particular are difficult to geolocate as their calls may be gated to the public switched telephone network at a point hundreds or thousands of miles away from their actual location. A roaming mobile or internet telephone user is effectively attached to a distant rate center far from their physical address. If a program like Crime Stoppers is inherently regional or local, but the same national +1-800-222 TIPS number is shared between multiple Canadian and U.S. call centers, the center accepting the call must determine whether the call belongs to some other region. Around the world, countries around the world use different area codes to denote toll-free services in their own networks. Some examples are, in Argentina, the prefix for toll-free numbers is 0800, followed by 7 digits. These numbers are called 0 to 800, or líneas gratuitas. There is also a local rate service named 0 to 810, where the calling party pays the fee for a local call and the called party pays for the long-distance fees. In Armenia, the toll-free prefix is 800 followed by a 5-digit number. In Austria, the prefix for toll-free numbers is also 0800, but only followed by 6 digits. They are commonly referred to as 0800 number. In Belgium, the prefix 0800 is used for toll-free numbers, followed by 5 digits. They are commonly referred to as Grundnummer, and Nummer copyright Roswerts, or 0800 number in the German-speaking area. In Brazil, the prefix is 0800. Although phone numbers are 8 digits, it is followed by 7 digits, 6 digits are being phased out. Toll-free numbers in Brazil can be accessed from any telephone in Brazil, with many exceptions. They can be accessed from outside Brazil only with a calling service that accesses numbers from within the called country. Many toll-free numbers are not available from cell phones. Some toll-free numbers are not available from phones listed by the owner of the number, including many payphones. For example, the MCI World Phone calling service blocks usage from the payphones in international airports and many downtown payphones due to excessive fraud from those phones. In addition, Brazil has a system of regular and international payphones. Toll-free numbers to international calling plans can be reliably used from non-DDD payphones, as of 2005. In Bulgaria, the toll-free prefix is 0800 followed by a 5-digit number. These numbers are called TH, TH micron, TH micron, TH 1/2, TH 1/2, TH 3/4, TH 1/4, TH micron N euro by BTC and TH micron, TH micron, TH 1/2, TH degree, TH 1/2, TH N by NTEL. In Canada, toll-free numbers are drawn from the US SMS/800 database. A 7-digit number 310XXXX is available in Bell Canada territory. From a landline, these are free. In Chile, the toll-free prefix is 800 followed by a 6-digit number. These numbers are called numero 800. These numbers cannot be accessed from abroad. In Colombia, toll-free numbers start with 018000. In Croatia, the prefix for toll-free numbers is 0800. In Czech Republic, the toll-free prefix is 800. In Denmark, telephone numbers have 8 digits. The toll-free numbers all begin with 80 followed by 6 further digits. The Dominican Republic is assigned specific +1-800 exchanges in the North American numbering plan. The +1-809-200XXXX exchange is also free for domestic callers in that country. In Egypt, it starts with followed by the number. In Ecuador, it starts with 1800 followed by 6-digit number. Some numbers have either regional or nationwide access. Calls from cell phones are only allowed by the operator Allegro, which charges a few cents for these calls. PORTA and Movistar does not allow the service. In France, the 0800 or 0805 prefix is used for toll-free numbers. They are also known as Nummer copyright Roswerts. In Finland, the toll-free prefix is 0800. In Germany, the toll-free prefix is 0800 followed by a 7-digit number. The 0801 prefix is already reserved for future use. The prefix was formerly 0130. Deutsche Telekom calls these numbers Freecall 0800. Most Germans refer to it simply as 0800 number. In Greece, the toll-free prefix is 800 followed by a 7-digit number or 807 followed by a 4-digit number, used for phone card services only. In Hong Kong, toll-free numbers have 800 prefix. In Hungary, toll-free numbers have 80 prefix. In Iceland, the toll-free prefix is 800 followed by a 4-digit number. In India, the toll-free prefix is 1800 followed by an 7-digit number. Free if calling from a mobile phone. Calling from landline and VoIP will be considered a local call, with varying charges depending on the landline and VoIP network providers. In Indonesia, the toll-free prefix is 0800 followed by a 7-digit number. In Ireland, 1800 XXXXXX numbers of Freephone, with the 1871 XXXX reserved for services that expect unusually high volumes of calls, for example radio station phone-in lines. In Israel, toll-free numbers are prefixed with 1800 followed by 6 digits, 180, or 189 followed by 7 digits. The called party pays the charges for the call. As of 2012, calls from local cellular phone service providers to these prefixes are also free. Numbers prefixed with 1700 followed by 6 digits a local rate number for the first 3 to 4 minutes, after which the charges for the remaining length of the call are transferred to the receiving party. In Italy, toll-free numbers are dialed with the 800 or 803 prefix and are commonly referred to as numero verde or linee verde. The numeri verdi used to begin with 1678, and later with 167. In Japan, the prefixes 0120 and 0800 are officially assigned for toll-free numbers and are often referred to as free dial or free call telephone numbers. Several telephone carriers also provide toll-free services under their own company prefixes, such as 0077. In South Korea, toll-free numbers are prefixed with 080. It is to be noted that not all numbers with the 080 prefix are toll-free when called from a mobile phone. In Latvia, the prefix 8000XXXX is used for toll-free services. They are toll-free only when dialed from landlines, and charged the same as a landline when dialed from cell phones. In Malaysia, the prefix is 1800XXXXXX. Free if calling from a landline and VoIP only. Calling from mobile phone will be considered a local call, with varying charges depending on the mobile network providers. In Mexico, the prefix is 01-800. In Nepal, the prefix is 1660-01XXXXX. In New Zealand, both 0800 or 0508 prefixes are referred to variously and interchangeably as Freephone or toll-free. Originally, these 0800 numbers were provided by Telecom NZ and 0508 by rival company Clear, although now both numbers can be provided by either company. Some older toll bar services designed to restrict toll calls will also block calls to these free phone numbers, although this has become less common since the mid-1990s. A limited number of companies utilizing toll-free numbers will not accept calls from mobile phones. Some other free phone services exist, such as 555, which can be dialed from cellular phones to report traffic conditions and incidents of dangerous driving. In the Netherlands, the prefix 0800 is used for toll-free numbers. Calling 0800 numbers from fixed and mobile phones is free by law. UIFNs 00800 are generally free from fixed lines and charged for the airtime from mobile phones. Access of UIFN is not enforced by law, causing certain phone providers to not honor the standard. In Norway, most telephone numbers have 8 digits. The toll-free numbers all begin with 800 followed by 5 further digits. In Pakistan, toll-free numbers have the following format: 0800XXXXX. In Paraguay, the prefix 0800 is used for toll-free numbers, followed by 6 digits. In the Philippines, the prefix for toll-free numbers is 1800 followed by either 1, 2, or 4 digits followed by either a 4 or 7-digit phone number. However, there are restrictions. Toll-free numbers are only limited to the telephone network where the toll-free number is currently being handled. So subscribers of a different telephone network company will not be able to call the toll-free number handled by a different telephone network. International toll-free numbers can only be accessed if the calling party is a subscriber of PLDT. In Poland, toll-free numbers have the following format: 800XXXXXX. There are also split-charge numbers 801 UXXXX, and universal numbers 804 UXXXX, where the caller is automatically connected to the nearest office. In Portugal, the prefix is 800, so the 9-digit number is 800XXXXXX. It is referred as Chamada Gratuita, or as Numero Verde. In Qatar, toll-free numbers have the following format: 800XXXX. In Romania, toll-free numbers have the following format: 0800XXXXXX. The service is referred to as Numa Florina Verde. In Russia, the prefix is 8800, followed by 7 digits. In Serbia, the prefix 0 to 800 followed by a 6 or 7-digit number is used. In Singapore, the prefix 1800 followed by a 7-digit number is used. Calling from a mobile phone network will be considered as a local call and charges varies among service providers. In Slovakia, the toll-free prefix is 0800, followed by 6 digits. The local rate prefix is 0850. In Slovenia, the prefix 080 is used for toll-free numbers, followed by 4 more digits. In South Africa, the prefix 0800, followed by 6 digits is used. It is referred to as a toll-free, or 0800 number. In Spain, the 900XXXXXX, or 800XXXXXX numbers are always toll-free. 909XXXXXX is used for dial-up internet service and toll-free dial-up internet service. Also 1002, 1004, 1420, 1520, and 1620 are free and are used for the telecommunication providers' call centers. In Sweden, the prefix is 020, or 0200 for toll-free numbers. These numbers are unreachable from other countries. In Switzerland, the toll-free prefix is 0800. Previously it was 155. These numbers are called AGRA 1 quarter ni number/number copyright revert/numero over DA. In Taiwan, the toll-free prefix is 0800XXXXXX or 0809XXXXXX, but not all Taiwanese mobile number can call the toll-free numbers. A toll-free subscriber can decide to restrict a number due to hyper-minute mobile rates. This is cumbersome for the caller, who is told to dial another landline number, usually at the highest toll rate within the country as a mobile-to-landline call. Some small VoIP operators also cannot call toll-free numbers. In Thailand, call-free, Freecall, toll-free, or Freephone. The prefix used is 1800XXXXXX. Calls are free for all fixed-line calls. Mobile carriers AIS and CAT offer 1-800 service for cell phones. At present DTAC and True Mobile providers do not, however it is expected they will offer the 1-800 service for subscribers by late 2009. In Turkey, the prefix for toll-free numbers is 0800. In the UK, Freephone numbers are usually only free when calling from a landline. All 0500 numbers have 9 digits, 0808 numbers have 10 digits and 0800 numbers have 7, 9 or 10 digits after the zero trunk prefix. In Ukraine, toll-free numbers have 0800, and 6 digits after, that is 0800 123,456. Before October 2009 8800 prefix was used. In Vietnam, the prefix 1800 followed by a series of numbers, usually from 4 to 9 digits. All 1800 numbers are free of charge, but some of them cannot be dialed from all telephones. North America. Toll-free numbers in the North American numbering plan are commonly called 800 numbers after the original area code which was used to dial them. They include the area code 800, 888, 877, 866, 855, and 844. Area codes reserved for future expansion include 833, 822, 880 through 887, and 889. These are free from regular phones but incur cellular airtime charges from mobile telephones. There are a few special mobile-only numbers which are free from mobile. The original wide area telephone service is obsolete. North American toll-free numbers are controlled by an intelligent network database in which any toll-free number may be directed to a local or long-distance geographic telephone number, a T-carrier or primary rate interface line under the control of any of various RESPORGs. Direct inward dialing and toll-free number portability are supported. Various providers offer gateways which receive free phone calls on PRI lines and deliver them to voice-over IP or pager users. Toll-free numbers usually capture the telephone number of the caller for billing purposes through automatic number identification, which is independent of caller ID data and functions even if caller ID is blocked. China, calling an 800 number is free of charge. Calling a 400 number incurs a local access charge. 800 numbers are accessible only to landline subscribers, while 400 numbers are accessible to all landline and mobile users. 800 toll-free numbers, 800 toll-free numbers are commonly called 800 AE to the first C micron E. The official name is EAAE to the first sh, which means the cost of the call is borne not by the caller but by the party receiving the call. 800 toll-free numbers in China are 10-digit numbers beginning with 800. There is no prefix before 800. 800 toll-free numbers are not accessible to mobile network subscribers and some landline subscribers. For instance, China Tietong Telecom landline users cannot access 800 numbers. 400 toll-free numbers, 400 service is called AEA as a E to the first sh, which means the calling party pays for the local access fee and the called party pays the toll fee. 400 toll-free numbers in China are 10-digit numbers beginning with 400. 400 toll-free numbers can be accessed by all fixed-line and mobile phones. Callers have to bear local access charges from their service providers. 400 toll-free numbers with prefix 4001 are international toll-free numbers which can be routed to destination numbers inside or outside of China. 400 toll-free numbers with prefix 4000, 4006, 4007, or 4008 are national toll-free numbers which can be routed to China destination numbers only. Australia, toll-free. Toll-free numbers in Australia are 10-digit numbers beginning with the prefix 1800. 1800 numbers can be also found in phone words via an online auction. For all types, the recipient business pays for incoming toll charges. In some cases, 1800 numbers can be accessed from international lines. Callers to an 1800 number are not charged a connection fee from a domestic fixed line. Calls from a mobile phone may incur charges depending on the provider. Local rate numbers, a system similar to 1800 numbering exists where 6 or 10-digit numbers prefixed with 13, 1300 or 1301 can be called at local call rates regardless of location. Callers to 13 number are charged a connection fee by their telephone provider. 13 and 1300 numbers are often smart routed to the local outlet of chain stores or fast food premises. They may also be used by different companies in different regions. 13 numbers, 1300 numbers and 1800 numbers are relocatable across Australia, and can be transferred between different telecommunications suppliers. 13 numbers are a premium number scheme, subject to charges from the Australian Communications and Media Authority of approximately $10,000 per annum collected by the supplying carrier. Premium numbers, such as those that spell a word using keypad letters, are regularly auctioned by the ACMA. Mobile phones, mobile callers are charged to phone a 1300 number or 1800 number, usually at their normal per minute rate, but sometimes at predatory rates. These expensive numbers can be decoded to ordinary landline via http www.e164.org/ non-search.php and organizations usually offer a landline number on their websites, though it may be hard to find. Smart-routed 1800 or 1300 numbers often do not work on mobile telephone due to issues with owners of the numbers barring incoming calls from mobile devices due to higher call charges associated with such calls. Netherlands, the introduction of 0800/0900 numbers in the Netherlands in 1986 has led significant growth of call centers and an increase in outsourcing. United Kingdom, in the United Kingdom, toll-free telephone numbers are generally known as Freephone numbers and begin with the prefixes 0800, 0808 or the cable and wireless Freecall prefix 0500. The most commonly used prefix is 0800. Additionally, numbers in the range 0808 80XXXXX are reserved for not-for-profit helplines. 0800 and 0808 are free for landline users, but may cost up to 41p per minute from mobile telephones. Mobile operators must announce at the start of a call that charges apply, but are not required to announce the price of the call. Since Orange UK introduced charges for dialing Freephone numbers in December 2005, all British mobile networks now charge for calls to Freephone numbers, with certain limited exemptions, but this varies by network. Freephone 0800 and 0808 numbers will become free calls from all UK mobile phones on June 26, 2015. Freephone 0500 numbers will transfer to either 08050 or 08085 in a 3-year transition period beginning mid-2014. The UK mobile operators offer an alternative product to organisations who wish to provide toll-free services, 5-digit voice short codes which are sold through mobile aggregators. Freephone numbers can be obtained for free, with incoming calls charged from 1 penny per minute. Toll-free calls are also still available via the operator, although largely superseded by the 0800 system. A commonly seen phrase in advertisements in the 1980s was dial 100 and ask for Freephone business name. Universal International Freephone Numbers. A Universal International Freephone number is a worldwide toll-free 800 number issued by the ITU. Like the 800 area code issued for the NANP in the US and Canada and 0800 numbers in many other countries, the call is free for the caller, and the receiver pays the charges. UIFN uses ITU country code 800, so that no matter where the caller is, only the international access code, the UIFN country code and the 8-digit UIFN need to be dialed. Currently, a limited number of carriers in about 65 countries participate in the UIFN program. Free access to the numbers from mobile and coin telephones is not universal. Registration of a +800 number incurs a 200 Swiss franc ITU fee in addition to any charges levied by the individual carrier. The number must be activated for inbound calls from at least 2 telephone country codes within 180 days. The +800 UIFN service is one of 3 ITU-administered non-geographic codes with a similar numbering scheme. The +808 Universal International Shared Cost Number, billed at the price of a domestic call, shares the same 8-digit format. The +979 Universal International Premium Rate Number, billed at a high premium cost, carries 1 extra digit to indicate price range. See also, SMS/800 Resporg, 900 number, free post, collect call, mobile dial code, wide area telephone service, zenith number, references.